And it's the Cavaliers to start out. Look at Cleveland's starting group. Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. The duo inside, Love and Thompson. And it's Osman in at the 3 spot. Now, here's Garland. Coming off a solid outing against Denver.
When we mentioned McGee's outstanding length, we were there. You saw what he did. He used that to swat the shot. He gives up a lot of size to most other power forwards, but not too many of them can fly like he can.
Garland dishes to Love. Pass to Osman. Love against Kuzma. Love the pass to Thompson. They get a hand on it. Opening day, Chris. In your experience, which types of teams tend to start the season well, started strong?
2 types. One, the team that has been forgotten about and left out. The team that had a disappointing season the year before, and no one knows the pain that they went through all summer long, waiting to get back to that moment. So they've been incentivized for half of a year to come back and say, wait a minute, it's our turn now. And those teams are sneaky under the radar.
Little chip on their shoulder, in other words.
And then secondly, I would say veteran teams. Teams that know what they want, teams that are focused and saying, wait a minute, we know this is a marathon. Let's take our time, warm up, and stick to the principles right away, and we'll end up in the right place later.
Bradley kicks to James. Back to Bradley. 6 on the shot clock. Puts up a 3. The Cavaliers pull it in. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
Yeah, faced off twice last season, and it was a split between the 2 teams.
And that seems about right, Greg. I mean, last season was one that both of these teams would like to forget. They got beat up a lot and couldn't even beat up on each other.
No one near James as he lets it go. That 3 off the mark.
Oh, they get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving him.
Passes to Osman. Lets the 3 fly. Doesn't go for him. And the Lakers take it the other way. Down low. Here's Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
Oh, nice look by Bradley. Moving it to the open man.
The Cavaliers trail by 4. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, I caught up with Coach John Beilein. He said they have to come after LeBron James in waves and build a wall between him and the bucket. And that's easier said than done, guys.
Thank you, David.
They're struggling here early. 1 for 5 now. The D has them bottled up so far.
Lakers shooting their first free throws of this game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
A championship standard in L.A. with the Lakers. The expectations will always be high.
Oh, yeah, Jay, you've been there with me. I mean, we both looked up in the Raptors and seen those 16 championship banners up there. I mean, with LeBron James in the fold, the expectation is to get to 17, 18, 19. And for being the 27th pick in the 2017 draft, Kuzma has made his mark early, already surpassed expectations.
Now, here's Garland. And there's the call on James. That is his first foul of the game. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Here's Garland. He dishes it to Love. Shot clock at 6. Here's Sexton. Rejected by McGee. Here's Green. And the Lakers with another miss.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you're exactly right. I mean, that's the kind of shot you're trying to work for at the offensive end.
And there's the call on James. That'll be his second foul of the game.
2 fouls, and we're not even out of the first quarter. That's not a good pace to set.
So it's the Cavaliers now. 6-point game. Knocked away and stolen by Kuzma. And James gets it to go on the assist by Kuzma.
The quick instinct of Kuzma. He's going to know when to go after steals.
Poked loose and out of bounds. The Cavaliers will take it. While we have the time, let's take a look at last season's best transition teams. The Lakers second.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
Now Garland. Sexton deciding where to go with it. Tries a three. Here's Thompson. Excellent D that time there from McGee.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
Bradley finds James. Knocked loose, and the Lakers with another turnover here.
And let's take a look at Kyle Kuzma's numbers. He had a strong showing last season. Last season, he averaged 18 points per, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
Yeah, GA, I like it because he's not overcomplicating things. I mean, he's just playing to his strengths and taking what the defense gives him.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a path to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. McGee the pass to Kuzma, and Thompson sends it back.
Look, Thompson is a more than capable defender. He has excellent length, and he uses that to swat away shots.
Kuzma kicks to James. And the Lakers with another miss. Last game for the Lakers, they picked up the W against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Over to the left wing. Love dishes to Sexton. They get it back.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's face and then go and corral that backdoor.
And Kuzma slams it in.
Wow, you see how fast he got off the ground? I love whenever Kuzma rises up to throw it down.
Garland the pass to Thompson. Here's Osman, guarded by Green. Sexton kicks to Garland. 6 on the shot clock. From downtown, buries the long-range jumper. Garland's got his second basket of the night.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Outside, Green. That's tipped. Pull up Jay. Garland with the bucket. Garland's got 7 points. Lakers leading by 3. And here is LeBron. And it's McGee. It's out the key. Over Thompson. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thompson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Garland. Love at the elbow. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Here's Sexton. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out.
Good.
And you see how comfortable Kuzma is from there. I mean, he knows he has the size and touch needed to be effective.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. Hey, Chris, this year pioneer Chuck Cooper inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Long overdue, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, he was the first African-American player ever to be drafted. I mean, let's just think about that. The Jackie Robinson of basketball. He paved the way, and what he endured, and his teammates, by the way, of all colors, is well documented. And I think the Celtics need to, and I think they will retire his number 11 and have it hang up in that famed Raptors of theirs over there.
I agree. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Look, I like how aggressive Thompson is inside. He's easily picking up fouls thanks to his massive size.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And he makes the first.
Now, we've all seen this guy's development. Thompson has proven to be a valuable role player. He's exceptional at tracking down rebounds and a more than capable defender.
And so Thompson nails both of them. Rondo with it. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Oklahoma City. And there's the call on Cedi Osman. That is his first foul of the game. Caldwell Pope outside. The pass to Kuzma. Back to Caldwell Pope. Launches a three. Knight grabs the board. The Cavaliers trail by 3. Kicks to Thompson. Pass to Sexton. Back to Thompson. The dish to Sexton. 5 to shoot. Kuzma pulls it in.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Just off his game, forcing a few shots, not letting the game come to him naturally. This is the chemistry Howard has with his guys. Fantastic at realizing when to go for alley-oops.
Thompson passes to Love. He dishes it to Sexton. At the elbow, it's Thompson. Out to the right wing. Here's Osman. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. That's a shot he doesn't shoot very often.
Good to see Sexton knock it down from deep. A shot he needs to add to his arsenal.
Pass to Howard. Caldwell Pope outside. He kicks it to Rondo. In the corner, Bradley with it. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Bradley's got his second bucket of the night.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Let's talk about it. The great competition going on. That's what makes a matchup like this so much fun to watch.
The Cavaliers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
And that one falls for Knight. Alex Caruso. He's checked in for the Lakers. Then for the Cavaliers, Alfonso McKinney's checked in for Osman. And it's Garland in for Colin Sexton. He's perfect from the line this time. And it's Rondo with the ball for the Lakers. 3-point lead. Caldwell Pope against Love. Ball's knocked loose. There's Garland. That one doesn't drop. And the Lakers will go the other way with it.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Caldwell Pope finds Rondo. Back to Caldwell Pope. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. And the Lakers lead by 6.
And Caldwell Pope can be a volume 3-point shooter, meaning when he gets a lot of attempts from there, he can fill it up from downtown.
Love in the post, guarded by Kuzma. Love dishes to Knight. Clock at 6. The wide open look here for Garland. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Zizic has checked in. .124 left to play in the first quarter. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Here's Kuzma. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Now, here's Garland. He's got 7. Here's Knight. 6 to shoot. Kuzma against Love. Shoots over Kuzma. And Love gets it to go.
And you see, that time, I love how Love took his time. Even with the shot clock running down low, he stayed calm and got off a quality shot.
Now Rondo. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Kuzma against Love. Count that one.
All heart from Caldwell Pope there, using every ounce of strength to muscle that shot in.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Now, here's Garland. Guarded closely. Pass to Love. Kicks it to Garland. Fires the 3. That shot off. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Lakers lead by 6. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Yeah, it's a gambling style that pays off, GA, keeping things in disarray for that offense.
So on the floor for Cleveland, they've got Brandon Knight, also Garland out there, and it's Zizic in at center. Shoots from 8, and James with the nice bucket inside. James has got the first basket of the second quarter for the Lakers. And growing up, Chris, LeBron James always looked up to Michael Jordan, following in his footsteps. And like his idol, LeBron having success in the movies as well.
No one better to take that starring role. I mean, blockbusters, comedies. When his playing days are done, LeBron will continue to entertain.
Clock at 2. Knight, that's a 2-pointer. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Los Angeles leading by 6. James outside, got a piece of it. Here's Osman, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Oh, you're right. And I love the opportunistic approach. These kinds of hustle plays can be game changers. An easy pass turns into a terrible turnover. And that's a possession wasted.
The Cavaliers trail by 4. Knight looking for an opening. McKinney kicks to Knight. And there's the call on Howard. That's his first foul. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. And it's sent back by Howard.
Howard, one of the league's most feared rim protectors in the league.
Here's Caldwell Pope. The pass to Caruso. Outside Rondo, just 4 to shoot. Second shot opportunity, and he lays it up and in. And the Lakers lead by 6.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Here's Osman. 11 points for him in that last game against Denver.
And not only that, I mean, if you think about it, he dominated the boards. His energy was incredible. He never stopped working.
Knight for 3, and the rebound goes to Howard. Los Angeles leading by 6. Caruso, the pass to Caldwell Pope. Pass to Rondo. Back to Caldwell Pope. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. LeBron shot is off.
He's not an easy man to stop when he's attacking the basket. The D doing everything it can.
Tipped away. Rondo with the steal. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward-thinking about is always accepting new ideas. And they've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. A mid-season tournament, a postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. Now, all of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
DA, great assessment. Good report. Thank you so much. Los Angeles making a switch here. McGee's checked in. Colin Sexton, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. And Caruso's got the ball here for the Lakers. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. James looking it over. That's tipped. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. And the rejection by James.
Oh, you got to be cautious around James. He's always on the hunt to swat away shots. Defense in your rear view may be closer than they appear.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
You played for a lot of different coaches in your career, Chris. I'm sure you saw characteristics that you like in a head coach with all the different people you played for.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely want coaches that challenge you, that want to make you better, that helps with the team chemistry. But I would say, number one, you want a coach that understands they are such a good coach that their job is to infuse you with as much information during practice, and then come game time, they trust you to go out and do your thing. They don't micromanage during the big games. They say, wait a minute, we put in enough practice time, you know what we should do, now go out there and execute. The ones that trust you, you got to love.
Right. He doesn't get the second one. Los Angeles leading by 7. Passes it to Caruso. Inside. Clock at 6. Count that bucket. Caldwell Pope's got the lead up to 9 now for the Lakers.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Garland, the pass to Zizic. Dishes it to Sexton. Charity stripe shot. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Sexton's got 5 points so far.
He doesn't play around. If the bucket's there for him, he's going to get it.
And stolen by Sexton. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I appreciate the aggression, but that's already his second foul. He's got to play it a little safer now.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Alex Caruso. And then for Cleveland, Thompson comes in for Ante Zizic. And Kevin Love is subbed in for Alfonso McKinney. Here's Osman. Kuzma with the defensive effort.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Caldwell Pope kicks to James. And they call an illegal screen here.
And let's check out some stats for McGee. A very nice season for him last year. 3rd in field goal percentage and one of the great shot erasers in our game, providing the last line of defense. How about top 5 in the league for blocks?
And it's a pretty terrific feat to finish top 3 in field goal percentage. Just a testament to how hard he works to become the consummate pro. Here's Osman, and stolen by Kuzma. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Sexton, the pass to Thompson. Here's Osman. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. And that one's good. Osman Osman's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Maybe he's not a priority for the D, but come on, man. You gotta have somebody keeping track of him.
Pass to Kuzma. And the shot goes in. Kuzma's got 14 points for the game.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
To the paint. Here's Love. And the pass to Osman. 6 on the shot clock. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. They get it again. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Well, this is what Thompson has to do out there. He's a sensational rebounder on both ends of the floor.
This is his 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Green, he's checked in for the Lakers. Bradley comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Then for the Cavaliers, Alfonso McKinney's checked in for Osman. And it's Brandon Knight in for Garland. That free throw good from Thompson. And it's Rondo with the ball for Los Angeles. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. And Thompson sends it back. They recover it. And the foul called on Brandon Knight. That's his first foul. Cleveland on defense, trailing by 5. Now here's Rondo, defended by Sexton. 4 on the clock, and that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession. Here's Kuzma. He picked up 36 points in their last one against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Now here's Sexton. The dish tonight. Knocked away. Rondo with the steal. Now the Lakers on the break. Here's Bradley. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. McKinney passes tonight. He kicks to Love. Chris, the common thought is you don't want to be a middle-of-the-road team. You think clubs are too quick now to pull the trigger on a rebuild as opposed to giving some time to what they've got and be, more patient?
Oh, are you kidding me, Kevin? Don't make me go. This is why I need a psychologist because, hey, when I was in Washington, we had myself, Rasheed Wallace, and Juwan Howard, and Rod Strickland. Like, just wait a minute. Give us 1 year to try. And by the way, the Bulls won 72. We couldn't have won a championship that year anyway. And so, yeah, I think a lot of teams are short-sighted and it's based upon their expectations, and their expectations may not be based in reality.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
And what I like about Love is that he knows his role. He's a stretch 4 who's out there to shoot from distance and get some boards.
Here's McGee. He can't get that one. Good D by Thompson. The Cavaliers trail by 7. And here's Sexton. He has 5. Outside Knight takes the 3. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Sexton has to just keep developing his court awareness. You want to see more passing from him.
Rondo bounce pass. Here's Bradley, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Love. Los Angeles shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
The defensive specialist, Bradley, now a veteran. He's proven to be a guy who can contribute well as a starter or a bench reserve.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Howard comes in for JaVale McGee. And James subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And Cleveland also making a change. Garland's checked in. And so Bradley nails both of them.
Oh, not many players with a more steady hand at the free throw line than this fella.
Garland dishes to Love. Pass to Garland. The feed now to Thompson. Left side, Love. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Passes it to McKinney. Fires the three. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got 4 rebounds in this game.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game. Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Here's Garland following the basket by Dwight Howard. Garland with it. 8 points for him. Sexton. No good with the triple.
You know what a kind of competitor he is? I know he's upset with his performance and with the score.
Bradley finds James. Back to Bradley. Knocks it loose. And now the fast break. Garland with the ball. Here's McKinney. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on LeBron James.
Yeah, easy call.
For Cleveland, they have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line. And that one misses. And he's good on the second. Los Angeles leading by 7. Outside Bradley. And no good that time. And Cleveland the other way now. Pass to McKinney. Over Green. Offensive rebound. But they recover it. The pass to Sexton. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Garland. Goes up again. Rebounded by the Lakers.
His bad night from the field is only going to get worse if he keeps throwing up shots like that.
Here's Bradley. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Garland, the pass to Thompson. Here's Sexton. Drills it from outside. Sexton's got 8 points.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Got a piece of it. There's 57 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Here's James. Bradley trying to break free. LeBron can't get it to go. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Howard with the steal. Goes up. Oh, and the jam by LeBron.
Oh, come on. Hall of Fame athleticism and ability. James has no problem throwing it down in style.
Poked away, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Bradley. .29 seconds left to play in the first half. And Cleveland turns it over again. Here's Bradley. He has 7. There's 18 seconds left in the first half. And stolen by Sexton. Beyond the arc. McKinney, no good. Outside Bradley. Oh, big time shot.
He just beat the buzzer. He barely beat the buzzer right there.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Now that's the way you want to end a quarter, with the momentum on your side.
And so it's Los Angeles, holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Tristan, how do you evaluate yourself and the team so far?
I'm doing pretty all right. I get a couple more rebounds, block some shots, but, second half we got to slow the tempo and play catch basketball. That's why we have the second half to improve on that.
We'll see if you can keep it going. Thanks, Tristan. Back to you.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. A big night so far for Kyle Kuzma. He ended up with 17 points, 4 steals, and 3 assists. His great performance last game out seemed to carry right over into tonight. And taking a look at the Lakers, Shaq, what'd you think?
Kyle Kuzma may not always stuff the entire stat sheet, but man, he can shoot. Mid-range to the 3. We saw that in the first half. And if you overplay him, you know what he's going to do. Damage to the rim.
Kenny, let's get your insight on Cleveland.
Well, they're trailing in this game because they're shooting under 35%. Now, I've got to give a lot of credit to the defense, forcing the shooters off their spots and making them feel uncomfortable. But if someone takes something away from you, you have to be able to adapt. So they need a whole new game plan because right now they're in trouble.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Without question, Kyle Kuzma displaying his skills today.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at Los Angeles. At the 2 and the 3, it's Bradley and Green. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Howard. And it's James in at the 1.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
Hey, guys, you think he was sending a message on that one? He doesn't like losing.
Here's Sexton. No good on that one. Bradley with some nice D. Kuzma outside. Kicks it to James. Misses the 3.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And reportedly, LeBron James spends over $1 million a year just on training and maintaining his body.
Well, money well spent. I mean, for his age, the most minutes played in NBA history, he's doing everything possible to extend his prime.
Los Angeles making a switch here. McGee's checked in. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Lakers leading by 6. He dishes it to Bradley. Passes to Kuzma. LeBron outside. Just 5 to shoot. McGee finds Green. Lets it go from the wing. That one good for 2. And the Lakers lead by 8. Cavaliers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Osman. He has 5. Out to the right wing. Knocked loose and stolen by LeBron. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Bradley, no one around him. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And now a 10-point Laker lead. Thompson outside. Pass to Osman. Latrey sinks the triple. Osman's got his third basket of the night.
He's not focused on the D on most possessions, but you can forget about him altogether.
Outside Bradley. With the teardrop, and it's good on the layup. Bradley's got 13.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
The Cavaliers trail by 9. Here's Osman. 8 points for him. Love kicks to Osman. Poked loose. Clock at 4. Love the pass to Osman from outside the arc. It's hauled in by LeBron. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points, and Darius Garland picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, those 5 turnovers, more than you like to see.
Here's Sexton, and he hits the jumper. Well, he's been waiting for that for a while. 10 points for him.
And it's clear that Sexton loves getting out in transition. He has a strong sense for how to capitalize.
Now here's James. 6 points for him, and the shot goes down.
Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Garland kicks to Love. And there's the pass to Garland. And it's off from three-point range. Green, the pass to McGee. James outside. He's all alone. Here's Osman. Pushes it down to finish the break.
And a terrific job on both ends of that sequence. Very slick steal and great transition offense.
James, the pass to Green. Pass to Kuzma. Clock at 6. Here's Green. Love grabs the board. Love's got 4 rebounds in this game. From the arc. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. Pass to Bradley. Back to James. And he converts the layup. LeBron's got 10.
Oh, he's just super efficient when he's close to the rim. James is like a master at knowing which way to take it.
Garland kicks to Love. Dishes it to Garland. McGee with the block.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
To the inside, and it's McGee with the jam.
And you see why McGee's teammates lob it up his way, because they know he can go up and get it.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Now here's LeBron. He's got 10. Kicks it out to Bradley. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. LeBron's got 3 assists in the game. Now, here's Garland. James covering. Shot to stop the run. Garland, no good.
He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding high percentage shots.
Kuzma, that's good.
Timeout.
Kuzma's got 19 points.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Timeout called, Cleveland.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentage looks, a trend that they'd like to reverse.
Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And Cleveland also making a change. Knight's checked in. Thompson finds Sexton. Now Love. Kuzma with it. Guarded now by Kevin Love. All alone. And Kuzma slams it in.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Starting to take over here, building a big lead that could ultimately prove insurmountable.
And there's the call on James. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. On the wing, Thompson. 7 points in the game. Here's Osman. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
They get a hand on it. Bradley kicks to LeBron. Just 5 on the clock. Wide open look. The Lakers get it back in a new 14. Back to Caldwell Pope. Up top, Kuzma. It's good, and that takes him to 77% shooting this game, 10 for 13.
Even with the D giving him a lot of attention, he's still finding ways to light him up.
Timeout called, Cleveland.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Howard comes in for JaVale McGee. And it's Alex Caruso in for Avery Bradley. A switch here also for Cleveland. Alfonso McKinney's checked in for Jetty Osman. Now here's Knight. 7 points in the game. Love with the bucket.
Now, you gotta like the awareness from Love, seeing separation and capitalizing off of it with ease.
Here are the Lakers with the ball. They're on a 17-7 run. Caruso, the pass to James. Lobbed up there for Howard. The Cavaliers pull it in. Love's got rebound number 5 here tonight. McKinney, yes, and Knight with the assist that time. Lakers leading by 15. LeBron outside. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Love.
Well, you got to be careful around James. Always looking to get to the line whenever you can.
Lakers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. No good on the free throw.
Well, the GOAT watch continues. Every year, every accomplishment goes into the analysis. I mean, LeBron will probably never be able to escape.
Jared Dudley's checked in for Los Angeles. And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both. Chris, what's your definition of most valuable player?
LeBron, Michael Jordan. Okay, okay, the best player in the league. That's my definition. Who makes players better? Who brings the fans into the game? There's only one type of player that's an MVP, and there's only about 6 guys in a year that can be MVP. But if you're talking about guys that help you, let's say, are the best on a contract or getting the most bang for their buck, you got to look at guys like a Siakam. You know, he's just making over $2 million this season, still playing on that rookie contract. And those are the guys that are on their way up. So you can always find young talent playing for maybe less than what they should be getting at that time. But the most valuable player continues to be the top 6 players of the league, period.
The Cavaliers have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them. Some changes for the Lakers. Green, he's checked in for Alex Caruso. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for LeBron. And Cleveland also making a change. Zizic has checked in for Tristan Thompson. That free throw good from Love. Now Rondo. Pass to Dudley. To the middle. There's the steal. There's the pass to Sexton. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Green kicks to Caldwell Pope. Pass to Dudley. Down low. Here's Green. The 10-footer finds the target. Green's got his second bucket tonight.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Zizic passes to Love. .149 left in the third quarter. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. 2 points, that one goes. 9 points for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
Oh, the blinding speed of Caldwell-Pope is virtually impossible to match up with in transition. He just gets down the floor so incredibly quick.
Now, here's Sexton. He's got 10. Out tonight, shoots the 3. Good on the triple. Knight's got 10 points in the game.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Passes it to Dudley. Here is Howard. Caldwell-Pope outside. 4 on the shot clock. Back to Howard. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. He's got 8.
I love the energy Howard plays with. It feels like no one can contain him on the way up.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. For Cleveland, they have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Knight. Cedi Osman, he's checked in for Cleveland. Garland comes in for Colin Sexton. Knight hits them both. 44 seconds left to play in the third. Pass to Howard. Green kicks to Rondo. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. And here is Dudley. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
And he knows it too. He tried to get away with it. Sometimes you do. That time he didn't.
Here's Osman. 16 seconds left to play here in the third. From deep. The shot will not fall. And so it's Los Angeles holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And we'll be right back after this. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play right there.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. Then there's Brandon Knight, and it's McKinney in at the power forward. Now the pass to Sexton. Ball's knocked loose. Now the Lakers on the break. Here's Caruso. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got assist number 5 here tonight. The Cavaliers trail by 13. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his third foul of the game. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his fourth foul of the contest.
Fourth foul of the game for him. He's starting to get into that danger zone.
Los Angeles on D. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Pass to Garland. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Sexton.
Oh, James is a tough defender. He uses his body well. He stays with this man and makes life difficult on him.
But still, eventually, you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Caldwell Pope finds James. And it's Zizic with the rebound. And so, Sexton will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's a 13-point game. Now, here's Garland. He's covered by Rondo. Garland with it. That one's not going to go. Good D by Rondo. Passes it to Caruso. James in the post. The fadeaway. And it's Zizic with the rebound. The Cavaliers trail by 13. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. And this has been a comedy of errors. I mean, you can just add another one to the list.
Outside Rondo. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Pass to Caruso. LeBron outside, tipped away. Oh, and the jam by LeBron.
Oh, come on, you can't allow James to get position down low. Once he does, he's looking to dunk it.
The Cavaliers trail by 15. Outside Knight. And it's Kentavious Caldwell Pope with the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. A different look now for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Zizic. And Kevin Love has subbed in for Colin Sexton. Caldwell Pope against Knight. To end the drought. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. Here's Garland. Following the basket by JaVale McGee. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Caldwell Pope.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Knight.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Cedi Osman, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. And so he makes both from the line. Los Angeles leading by 15. Here's James. Caldwell Pope outside. No good on the triple. Inside and stolen by James. Here's Rondo. Lays it in off the breakaway. And the Lakers lead by 17.
And Rondo, as good as it gets in transition, whether he's shooting or passing, he tends to make the right decision.
Here's Osman.
And that's number 5 on him. No room for error anymore. I bet they'll take it at him right now. Try to get him out the game.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. And he can't hit the second. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. And Thompson sends it back. And he uses the glass on the layup. And it's 6 points for JaVale McGee.
And see, this is why JaVale McGee is out here. When he hustles like this, his coaches and teammates notice it.
Here's Osman. James covering. 6 to shoot. Osman the pass to Garland. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Rondo. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Lakers. Bradley comes in for Rajon Rondo.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Garland.
Yeah, and the work they've done at the line has been impressive here in the second half.
Good on both. Here's Bradley. LeBron outside. And they double up James. Outside Bradley. The pass to LeBron. Just 5 to shoot. The shot. Kicks it out to Bradley. Over Garland. And the Lakers get it back. Here's McGee. Good D by Thompson. The Cavaliers trail by 16. And stolen by LeBron. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And here's what the Cavaliers' schedule looks like. On Tuesday, they'll face off against Paul George and the Los Angeles Clippers. Then on Friday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Memphis Grizzlies.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
A different look now for Cleveland. Alfonso McKinney comes in for Brandon Knight, and it's Colin Sexton in for Garland. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. The Cavaliers trail by 18. To the middle. Here's Osman. Here's Thompson. Back to Sexton. Pass to Osman. Cleveland moving it around. Wallace with it. He's picked up by LeBron. Just 4 to shoot. Shoots a fader. Love can't hit.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
Oh, man, did you see him close that gap? What a great job. He made the shooter feel uncomfortable.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
Oh, I do too, Greg. You have to go to your best scorers. I mean, it's a smart strategy, and so far, it's paying off in this game.
Here's Osman following the basket by LeBron James. Picked away. Here we go. James heading to the hoop, and James throws it down.
A sensational speed from James, a force of nature in the open court with his combination of quickness and athleticism.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
It's Bradley on the wing. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got 6 assists now in the game. Sexton the pass to Osman. The other day, Chris, I heard Commissioner Adam Silver talking about that it strikes him sometimes how isolated players can be with cell phones and headphones, and those things wouldn't help that. Is it something that you've noticed or that you're concerned about?
You mean with my nephews and nieces and friends that are younger and kids walking across the street looking at their phones and not even looking both ways?
You know, your play-by-play partner, whoever it might be.
Yeah. Oh, come on. You know, Kevin, those are the times. And so I would tell Adam Silver, Mr. Commissioner, man, that's a basketball problem. That's a world problem. How are we going to stop any of that? We're here now. There's no putting that genie back in the bottle, Kevin.
Drains it from beyond the arc.
Strange game for him. Barely made any noise in the first half, and here in the second, he's been everywhere.
Right side, Bradley. Score the basket, his 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Knocked loose. James with it, picked up by Thompson. For the finish, and LeBron throws it down.
Oh, man, the all-around game of James, capable of dominating you on both ends of the floor, like right there.
Love kicks to Osman. Love against Kuzma. The 3-ball. And it's Osman missing. Los Angeles has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. And Bradley gets it to go. Bradley's got 14 points now in the second half.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Sexton the pass to Love. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. With the G League growing by leaps and bounds, one is now being brought to Mexico City, Chris.
I mean, first of all, let's go back to last season. Did you see how crazy those fans were in Jurassic Park in Toronto?
Yeah, they love it.
Can you imagine Mexico?
Shoot, too.
Oh, my
They'll
God. This would be
believe
great.
it.
Mexico City, yeah. Let's bring everyone in, all the fans in. And what I really love is that it's for the home fan base. So when I think of the Toronto Raptors, I think about the city of Toronto. I think about Canada and how it's theirs. And even though we're one league, that team is theirs, and they take that pride on, and it just brings so much more excitement. Can you imagine all the people in Mexico City being excited for their team? Oh, I want to be at one of the first games when that happens because I know the crowd is going to be sick. It's going to be crazy. I want to be there.
Both free throws good from Love. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's LeBron. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
One shot. One shot.
free throw drops for James. Hey, Chris, for some guys, playing in their hometown is a dream. But there's also that added pressure, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, at least when you play away from home, it's a little more quiet. You don't have to get as many tickets for the game. When I got a chance to play home in Detroit, it was one of the best moments of my life. And I thought to myself, this is a wonderful feeling, but could I have handled it for 15 years of my career? I don't know. That's 30 tickets a game. Oh, I probably would have to go back into the NBA again just to pay for those tickets. But I tell you what, it's fun. And for me, a mama's boy, eating your mama's cooking before a game, it is never, ever, I've never had a better feeling before a game than eating her food than being able to go out and play.
I bet. And the first one drops.
I like that he's playing with an edge here in the second half. I mean, he didn't get to the line once in the first half.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Now, here's Garland. Love outside. Chris, the other day, Adam Silver has been talking about how the All-Star game, that system, is not working. He's been proactive in considering alternatives. What do you think?
Well, I love what he's done already. Let's think about the All-Star game in 2019. Letting guys pick their players like old school on the park. I mean, that adds a little bit of ego, and that's what you want because we want competition. We want guys that like each other, don't like each other, that are playing against each other, that we're in the finals against each other. We want all that competition, all that mental game that goes into it. And so I love the fact that he's outspoken, that he's definitely ahead of the problem. But I think he did a great job by letting players pick their teammates because that already causes a little in-team drama that we'll see play out on the floor with how hard guys are playing.
The Lakers making a switch here. Caruso's checked in. He's off on the second. Los Angeles has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Here is Cook. He kicks to Dudley. Shot clock at 5. Shoots. Again, the Lakers.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Oh, just a dream scenario for them so far. Their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Now, here's Sexton. Thompson in the posts. Antetokounmpo defending. Osman kicks to Garland. From deep three-point range, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And with the likely return of prep to pro prospects, Chris, some have argued for a high school combine to help determine who's ready to make the leap and who isn't.
I'm not really there with the high school combine. I still think that, you still have a level of college or a level of professionalism that can happen after. And I don't believe until you're ready to be evaluated for the pros immediately should you have that combine. Your bodies are still growing. I talked to Jaren Jackson just yesterday, and he told me that he grew 2 inches over last summer. So I think it's a little unfair to judge these guys that early when their bodies and mentality still has a lot of development left.
Now, here's Garland. That's in there. Love with the assist.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
Here is Cook. The shot that time, not on target. Good D by Thompson. The pull-up. Caruso grabs the miss. Here is Cook. Pass to Caruso. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, LeBron, congrats on the win. What do you think made the difference tonight?
Defense. We made our mark defensively. We understand that for the long term, we have to defend at a high level. We've been doing it.
It does start at that end, LeBron. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time.